Okay guys, I am going to make a wig for this Tina Turner repaint that I did on a Barbie size doll. And the first thing I'm going to do, because it's going to be experiment, so it's something different. And it's going to be an experiment for both of us. So I've never done this before and I don't know if it's going to work. But I'm going to start typically with the saran hair. The saran wrap. I'm going to start with the saran wrap. I'm just going to put a little rubber band over there to hold it in place. So there it is. And I bought a new product. I can't get comfortable here. This is going to take 24 hours to dry. So I won't be able to work on it all today, but you won't know the difference because the video will be all in one. Okay, so my friend Susan told me about this air drying clay, which I guess is kind of new. Well, it's new to me. It's Sargent Arts Flexible Clay. And it's air drying clay. So I've got myself a little plastic bag here so that when I open it and pull off what I need, I'm going to put the rest in here to protect it. But let's get close and I'll read it to you. It says it's recommended for sculpting flowers, petals, and leaves, or flower petals and leaves. When active, adheres easily without adhesives. When dried, flexible 360 degrees and posable without breaking. How interesting, right? That probably means posable if you put wire in it. You can bend it a certain way. But I am going to try to make a wig cap out of it, which I think would be really interesting. And it doesn't really matter because I can make a wig cap out of, oh, what's it called? With a Mod Podge, and that still takes 24 hours to dry as well. I haven't found a really fast wig cap except for maybe that stuff that you can reshape. I can't remember the name of it. Warbler you can do that with, and but it's kind of a hard cap. So I'm sticking with something a little bit lighter and more flexible, and I'm really curious about it. So I'm going to go ahead and open it up, and we'll see what we get. First, I want to smell it. Okay, it smells like Elmer's glue. I mean, it smells exactly like Elmer's glue. Oh, and it's kind of wet. Okay. So I guess it's wrapped 3 times, so it must dry out really easy, unfortunately. So that is something to be aware of, because now, or you know, it smells like Elmer's glue. Exactly. And it looks like mozzarella cheese, like real mozzarella cheese. It really does. So I'm going to open it up. I don't need a lot. Oh, it's very wet. It's very sticky wet. Okay, so I'm going to pull some off. I would say that this is probably more than enough. I'm going to close it all back up the way that I found it, the best that I can, because I don't want it to dry out. It's not expensive, but I don't want to, you know, let the whole thing dry up. Just because I didn't close it right, you know. So I wonder if I should tape this down. I guess it doesn't really matter if I do or don't. But this I recommend with most clays, especially air drying clays, that you seal it with as little air as possible in there. So you can just kind of try to make sure it's all out of there so it doesn't dry it out. Okay, so I've sealed it up and I've got my little clay here. So this is nice. Feels nice. I like it. Feels like paper clay, but even smoother. Alright, so I have too much. I can already tell that. And I'm just going to make the cap so that it's exactly, it's very easy to work with. It's dry, but wet feeling at the same time. One time I made a paper clay skull. And that was so thin. See, that's the beauty about this stuff. You can get it like really, really thin. And as you can see, I'm trying to thin it out, but what I'm going to do is cut away the excess. So don't want it to be too, oh my God, you can't see a thing. Oh, I'm so sorry. Here we go. Okay, that's better, right? All right, there we go. So this is new for me. I've never done it. I've never even played with this product. All right, so we're starting to tear the corners there, which is fine because I'm going to take a little tool and cut away all the extra. And then I'm just going to let it dry. So let me find a tool. Oh, I don't know where my sculpting tools are. Because of course I didn't get any out. Why would I do that? This could be a fun thing to play with. Let me pause you so I can go find it. Okay. I don't want it to go around. I mean, you want it to have some stability, but I just don't want it to be. I don't know what else I can do with this once I get it off of there, you know. Okay. This could be the easiest wig cap I ever made, though. It definitely adheres well. I can say that to the saran wrap. I'm wondering if the saran wrap is going to be under there forever. You know, like it's not going to come off because it is sticky and it's sticking. This is probably good enough. And hopefully it'll be flexible when it's done. Okay guys, it is time to remove this wig cap. It's fully dry, as you can see. I'm really curious to see how it's going to work out. What's gonna happen? I dropped my scissors. Did I? I have scissors here. Oh, there they are. Okay. All right, we're gonna just sort of cut that away. And oh, look! Oh my God, it just popped right off. Okay, so we'll set her down and see if it comes away from the. If it doesn't, that's fine. I don't mind it being there. We're just cutting away this saran wrap. So sorry when I go off screen. I really am. You would think I have an X marks the spot or something on my desk would be great. All right, so we just cut away the excess. I think it's pretty strong though because it's flexible. Like, look at that. That is so cool. So I'll just go around and clean it up a little bit. I'll do that off camera because it doesn't really matter, but I don't think I can get that saran wrap off. I don't think so. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of look at it up close with some glasses and see if I can. But for now, let's try it back on her. So it appears, well, it's obviously a good fit. So it's a perfect little wig cap. Actually works fantastic. So now I have a wig cap and I really love it because it's really nice. I can paint it if I want to before I add the hair. So I'll be making a wig and you'll see the whole process, but so far this is cool. Now I'm going to see if I can get rid of any of this saran wrap underneath. Whoops. And if I can't, it's not a big deal. But if I can, I'll let you know. I have to kind of pick at it and see. Okay, guys. So what I did was I did some digging through all my doll hair. And I just variegated a bunch of different colors so that I could get that highlighted, unique hair color that she has. So I did two, and the way that her hair is styled, it's kind of wavy. So I did 2 braids, and then I just curled the end, and I'm going to drop these in boiling water, and then let them dry, and then I will take them apart and make wefts out of them. I don't think I'm going to have enough hair here. I'm probably going to have to make more. Okay, so it's all been set, and now I'm just taking out the braid. So now I have this nice wavy hair. That way, once the hair is done and it's on the wig, I won't have to style it because I can just glue the hair on in a nice pattern so it looks like it belongs there, and I won't have to style after. So this is not going to be enough hair probably, but it is what we are starting with. So the next step I would do is I'm going to take my Fabra Fix permanent adhesive. I really, really love this one. It dries super fast, but it, which is what I like about it because it's so fast drying. But it also is, I'm pretty sure, waterproof, washable, yes. So for a quick wig, this stuff is fantastic. I keep it down like this so that when I pop up the lid, I can just squirt some out and pop the lid back on really quick. So I keep it like in a container over on the side there, upside down. That way I don't have to shake it and try to get the fluid out. So the next thing I need is, I know her wig isn't going to be that long, about shoulder length. And I also know that she has a lot of volume on the top of her hair, which makes me think it might be a good idea to take them to build something up on top here. Now before I do the wig, I'm going to need to cover her again with saran wrap so that I can protect the body and the face from any of the glue getting on it or anything like that. And then I can just pop the wig off when it dries, and then I can take the saran wrap off. So that's what I'm going to do next. I'm going to wrap her up, and I'll probably pop her off of this. I got this stand on eBay probably, but it works great. So I've got to figure out what I'm going to use to build some height up on the top of her head. I don't need a lot, but I definitely need some height. So let me go work out that solution while I prep her. I will put some saran wrap on her head. So I have the plastic wrap back on her, and the placement of the wig is good. Pretty good. I'll maybe wiggle it around a little bit just to get it just right. That's pretty good. And I'm going to go ahead and start making the wefts while she sits aside. And I still need to come up with an answer for the top of the head. Thinking about that. Okay, so I think I'm going to go with a makeup sponge for lack of better options. So let me see if I can get you to see it. I want some height, so I'm probably going to go like forward and then like that, and I'll glue it on. I haven't decided for sure if I'm going to do it like that. Probably, okay, let's see. What I'll do is so you can see. Yeah, I'm a little close. There we go. Okay, so I'll just cut that part off, and then that'll fit on top of the head. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of round it off on the edges so that it is more shaped more like a circle-y shape. Let's do it all the way around. So I'm just going to kind of sort of shape this. It's pretty dense. I wanted like something else, but I don't think I have it. This will work though, as long as I don't get it all in the hair. What the heck? Okay, so let's see here. I put it on here. I need to like scoop out inside here. Okay. So that it's more rounded in the middle. Sorry, someone is messaging me. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of squeeze it. I should have turned that off so that, okay, I'm kind of like scooping out the shape of the head. I wonder if I should go this way, maybe, or this way. I don't know. If I do it that way, I'm going to have to bring down some of that. Can't get it exactly perfectly round. This is working with what you have, okay? So one side is still too tall. Oh, there we go. We're starting to get a shape, but it's not very pretty. I would have made it out of the clay, but I hear that if it's thick, it takes like a week to dry. And I just don't have that kind of patience when I can have something in a few minutes. Okay, I actually think that this might work if I can get this part to level out a little bit, maybe this side. So I need to make that just a little bit more swooped. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and glue it on now. And I'm just using a hot glue gun. Make sure I get it on the edges. And be bold with my placement. Ow, got me. Just sort of hold it down. And then I can continue shaping it on the head with the scissors a little bit more. So it's not just a big lump on the top like a big poopy lump. All right, so this is pretty good. So you can see she has a nice, now she's gonna have tall hair. But now is a good time to go ahead and shape that out a little bit more to the shape of her head. So it's not like so, like it's gotta blend a little bit, you know? Ow, I poked myself. I wonder if I need another one back here. I might need something else in the back so that it's big in the back as well. She has a lot of hair. Might give a little bit more of a natural shelf over there. A natural line, maybe? I don't know. I gotta turn my glue gun back on though for a second. I still kind of want to shape this out just a little bit more. I don't want it to be too tall. You know, I want it to be a little bit less. I'll tell you what, these scissors are amazing. I need to probably buy some more so I have like backups because they are awesome. Okay. So I think I just got a little bit big on that top there. May not even need that other piece. Let's try and get that to level out. I'm making quite a mess. I'm gonna kind of make that look a little smoother. I should look at her hair again so I can see what I'm doing here. Do I need that back piece? Maybe just a little piece of it. Maybe half as much. I can always add more, you know? It'd be harder to take it off. I do believe we have a little bit better of a shape now. Sort of smooth that down a little bit so that it helps the curve be just a little bit better. So that should be enough. I think so. I think so. So the next thing I'm going to do, I guess I could just go ahead and start gluing doll hair on. So let me clean up my I have a friend who does it a little differently. She takes like a piece like this and she kind of like smooths it out. Let's take like a comb. So we'll smooth it out. And then she puts the glue like right along the edge and uses a toothpick or a tool. Let me find a tool. I have one. I have a sculpting tool just right over here somewhere. Well, I did. Nope, there it is. See, I knew I did. So here's a little sculpting tool. So let me try that method. We'll use about that much hair. And then we're just going to run the glue right across the top here, like that. Okay. Alright, it's not as neat as I would like it to be. She's so perfect at it, and I'm not as neat as she is. I'm a messy artist. But this method, if you look at it, would actually make two. Ugh, now the glue's all over my tool. Okay, let me try that again because I'm not entirely happy with how much glue got on there. I want to make sure that there's enough for both sides of the weft. So I'm just going to press it down in there. I need to turn that off. Like I said, this glue grows really fast. According to my calculations, there should be 2 wefts glued. So this one and then this one. And I might be able to get one more out of that. Just kind of smooth this out a little bit. I'm not, like I said, oh, let's try that again where you can actually see it. Okay, so what I've done here is I've glued down one weft. So there'd be 2 here, and I'm going to glue another one right here. And I'm just making a line with my glue right on top, thick enough so that it can support both sides. Okay. All right, and then I've got a little tool here. You could use a toothpick or whatever is convenient, and I'm just going to be pressing it down on both sides so that, make sure I'm getting it on both sides of the hair. I'm hoping that it's thick enough, but what I'll do is I'll flip it over in a minute because this is going to dry really fast. I'll flip it over and then I'll check the other side and make sure it's glued. And then once that dries, I can just cut those and then they're wefts. So this one's almost dry already, and this one will take just a minute. So, all right, so let's try and see if it's dry enough. I think so, enough to lift it up. And now I'm going to go to the back of it, and I think I'm going to add a little tiny bit more glue to the back just to make sure it's pretty, and I hate to mess it up, but you can see that some of the hairs are loose on the back. Can you see? So this one was a little bit more gluey than the other one. I just want a little glue on the back to make sure that everything stays together. Ugh. All right, so I'll let those dry, and then I'm going to make a bunch more. So as you can see, we're coming along. It's kind of a mess, but it's controlled. So almost there, almost ready to make